Hi there, this is Craig Hain. My students call me Dr. Dell, and I want to talk to you in this video about what I call the Practical Math Foundation course. Now, if you read my book Teaching Math, or if you studied our teacher's guide, you know about the 10-tier program that I recommend for mathematics students. In fact, the first 6 tiers will get students ready all the way for science and engineering programs. But all students should start with a foundation. Just like when you build a house, you start with a strong foundation. And that foundation is what I call a practical math foundation. And this is the notebook that we use for it. But it really consists of a sophisticated set of online videos where the student can watch the videos and self-paced, and they can make them interactive by pausing, backing up, and so on. And then with each video, which is on a specific topic, they will be given a set of exercises, and they're in this book. This book contains, first of all, the notes for a new subject, a new topic. Then it contains exercises with the answers given to the exercises. And then there will be an online quiz that lets them verify that they've learned the material in that particular topic. Now, I am talking about a course here that covers what I call practical mathematics. The very first thing we do in the first tier is we teach them how to use the TI-30Xi scientific calculator, because this is the power tool that lets them learn and perform mathematics very, very easily today. And it really obsoletes the traditional approach of teaching a lot of manual algorithms, which are difficult, time-consuming, error-prone, and really, quite frankly, obsolete now. No modern employer would let a student, or let a worker rather, do a lot of manual calculations. It's just very, very inefficient and not cost-effective. Now, once we go through the calculator, we then have a section, a chapter, if you want to call it that, on pre-algebra. It's really a review of arithmetic. It consists of 10 videos, 10 topics. And you can look up the table of contents of this in the syllabus below and see what it covers. But what you're going to see here is that we're covering the things that you need to use in practical math, as opposed to a lot of theory that is premature for the beginning student. Once they've gone through the pre-algebra, we then have an algebra course. Now, you're not going to believe this probably, but this algebra course is only 10 lessons long. And the reason for that is we teach the algebra you need for practical math, the algebra you're going to use in everyday problems. We leave out a lot of the theory that's covered in a typical algebra course in high school. And because that theory is premature at the foundation level, and it's difficult material, it confuses students, and you really shouldn't teach it when you're first starting a student off into math. Then after algebra, we have a section on geometry, and this is really the guts of the program, because in mathematics and practical math, you're usually trying to figure out how long something should be, or what's an angle should be, or what's an area, volume, or something like that. And so you need to understand geometry, but you need to understand it not from a theory viewpoint, not proving a lot of theorems and learning a lot of archaic definitions, but rather learning how to solve everyday practical problems that come up in industry, come up in landscaping, come up in just about any kind of architecture, carpentry, whatever. And so we cover that in 20 lessons. And each lesson, as I said earlier, consists of a video that explains it. There are notes on that lesson in the book here. And then once they watch the video, there are exercises to do. The student does the exercises. Of course, we give them the answers. Once they think they've mastered that topic, we then give them an online quiz. It's 3 questions, generally speaking. They have to answer them all 3 correctly. And once they do, they get a little recognition certificate that they've done that topic. And you can see as their teacher that they've done it. And then they go on to the next topic. Now, learning math is like climbing a ladder, and that's why we want the student to learn each topic in sequence before they get to the next topic, because if you try to teach a student something and they don't have the prerequisite material, they can get lost. That's the way many students get discouraged. They can develop a phobia for math, a fear of math, a dislike of math, because if you try to teach somebody something they're not ready for, then of course they are not going to learn it very well, and they're not going to like it. They're going to feel like they're failures. Now, after the geometry, and you could stop there really, but there are some problems in math involving triangles. Now, a triangle is, if you watch some of my other videos in the interludes for the Teaching Math book, is the most important polygon in mathematics. It's the only rigid polygon, which means that if you know the three sides, their lengths, then you know the angles of the triangle. And there are problems with triangles that you can't solve with just algebra and geometry, and you need a subject called trigonometry. We have a section on trigonometry that consists of basically 7 lessons. And once you master that using the calculator, you'll be able to solve any kind of a triangle problem that might come up in any kind of construction project you're working on, or landscaping, architecture, whatever it might be. And of course, the key to all of that is we use the calculator, the scientific calculator, which has the trigonometric functions in it. So it's very, very easy to solve these problems. In one of my videos I give you the triangle whose sides are 3 inches, 4 inches, and 6 inches. And I ask you to calculate the area. Now, you'll be able to do that in less than a minute if you've gone through the Practical Math Foundation and use the calculator and know what you're doing. If you don't know that, it might take you a lot longer, and indeed for many people it might even be impossible. That's not a trivial problem actually, and that's a good example of what you learn in practical math, is to do problems that come up in life where you might need to solve them, and you want to use the right tools to do it and have the right methods. Now, my experience has been with both young students and adults, it takes most students about 40 hours to go through this program. Sometimes it takes longer. It might take them 50 or 60 hours. If they already know some of it and they're real fast, they might do it in 20 hours or 30 hours. And it doesn't matter. It's self-paced. What's important is that the student go at their pace, and that they learn at their pace and they absorb at their pace. I recommend that students take 2 to 3 months to go through this. If you'll study a half an hour to an hour each day, and you do that 4 or 5 days a week, and you get into the habit of doing it, then you'll go through this program in 2 or 3 months. Once you're through this program, you'll know the mathematics it takes to do what I call practical math problems. And once you finish this course, you're going to know more mathematics than about 95% of the adults in the United States. And I've learned this through many years of adult education in the technical training that we've done with our technical training company. So I wish you luck. I hope you get started on it, and it'll be great for your students. Dr. Dell, have a great day.